I have a great one for you all today. I am sharing 3 $5,000 grants. And if you're new to grants, let me explain. Grants are debt-free funding that you can use to start, fund, and grow your business. So no matter what stage of business you're in, there is a grant that you can apply for. And in 2026, I know you want to secure all the free money that you can. And so business grants by far is the best way to fund your business, but it's not the only way. And so I don't want you to just throw out business credit and business loans, but I want you to see the power and flexibility you truly get with grants. And so in this video, I'm going to share not 1, not 2, but 3 $5,000 grants that you can put to work in your business. If you're serious about not only winning the grants I'm sharing with you today, but a $10,000, $20,000, and a $50,000 grant, there's 3 steps that you should do. And so step 1 is to get your mindset right. Rejection is hard, but the right opportunity will find you. And so it's important that you reprogram your mind and have the faith and the belief that a grant win is going to come your way and is inevitable if you stay consistent. And so with that mindset, there's no way you can't win. Secondly, it's important that you set up an LLC or a nonprofit organization. These are 2 legal entity types that signal to the judges that you're serious about your business. And if you're unsure how to set this up, I have a step-by-step tutorial inside the Grant House that walks you through every step so that you're set up correctly. You can access the Grant House as of right now for free in the description below. Moving on to step 3, this is where you would open up a business checking account. And so you can decide to go with an in-person branch or an online platform. What's great about online banking is that they don't include monthly fees and they have special perks and bonuses because they realize how valuable your business is. And so right now, Bluevine is offering a $500 sign-up bonus to business owners that are ready to open up a new business account with them. You can access this amazing bonus in the link below. And I wouldn't take too long because the opportunity is going fast. And so now that you have your account and you've completed the other 2 steps, you're now set up so much better than 90% of the other applicants. To get to the next 10%, there's a few more steps you want to do and some insider knowledge that I'm going to share with you. But before we get into that, let me share with you some details about this grant. You should first know that the sponsor of this grant has given out over $1 million over the past 5 years to small business owners. In addition to the grants, they also have free courses, virtual networking events, and in-person events. When it comes to the deadline for these grants, or the very last day you have to apply, it is March 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. And what I would personally recommend is that as soon as you have all of your documents and paperwork together, you should apply right away. Because at any time, this organization has the right to close the grant application. So the sooner you apply, the sooner you get your business in front of the judges. The second date that you need to know is May 17th. This is the date the grant sponsor will notify the winners that they have won their grant. And so between March 31st and May 17th, you want to be checking your email because that is the primary form of communication. And what I don't want to have happen is that they send you an email saying you've won $5,000 for your business, but because you're busy or something happens, you don't respond quick enough and then you miss out on the grant. And so to make sure that doesn't happen, you do want to whitelist their email and turn on email alerts. You should know that each of these 3 grants is being sponsored by one organization. And in this round of grants, they're giving away over $300,000 to 75 business owners. And so when you think about the odds when it comes to winning this grant, you have a really, really good chance with this one. And if you qualify, I would recommend that you apply. In order to be eligible for these grants, there's a few criteria you need to meet. You first need to be a for-profit business, which means that if you just have a nonprofit, you are ineligible for this grant. And what I would personally recommend if you're really trying to scale in 2026 is for you to have both a for-profit and nonprofit business, as that opens the door of possibilities on the grants that your organizations qualify for. And then for the second requirement, you do need to be over the age of 18. For the third requirement, and this is somewhat surprising, is that they will confirm and validate your business address. And so what I would personally recommend is that you get a virtual office. This gives you an official business presence without paying thousands of dollars in rent. And so I'd personally recommend you get a virtual office from Alliance Virtual, as they offer virtual offices at the starting price of $50 a month, which is very affordable. And then for the last requirement, you do need to have a legit business address in the following states: California, New York, and West Virginia. Let me know what state you're from so I can keep an eye out for any grant opportunities I see. And so if you meet those qualifications, you very much so should apply to this grant. Now let me walk you through the exact steps you need to do in order to access the grant application.
First step, what you're gonna do, you're gonna type in Verizon Digital Ready into Google, where you're gonna click the first link that says Verizon Digital Ready, find free courses, mentorship, networking, and grants curated just for small businesses. So you're gonna click this link. It's then gonna take you to this page right here. And so they have courses, events, funding, promotions, and community available. You're gonna click register, as it's very important that you create an account. There's 4 steps to get set up. You're first gonna choose 3 topics that are of interest of you. It can be on managing money, branding, online marketing, funding, as well as social media. I'm gonna choose 3 and hit next. Then it's gonna ask you which of the following groups you identify as. This is then gonna help them tailor grants and other opportunities to your business. And so you can say Asian, Black, Hispanic, Middle Eastern, white-owned, male-owned, woman-owned, disability, LGBTQ, veteran, or other. Once you click what fits your business best, then you're going to move on and hit next. Then it's going to ask for your zip code, as they do offer location-based grants. For the last step, it's going to ask you for your business name, your first name and last name, as well as your email and password. And so once all of that information is entered in, this grayed out register will then become available, and that's how you'll create your account. It'll then take you to your dashboard, where you can see recommended courses based off the topics you said you were interested in. And so if you scroll further down, you can find courses on a variety of different topics. And so they have branding, managing money, online marketing, website design, and so much more. And as someone who's taken these classes, I will say that they are very helpful. Scroll further down, you can see some virtual events that are coming up, as well as suggested courses and quick tips. And so in order to qualify for the $5,000 grant, you are required to take 1 course or attend 1 virtual or in-person event. My personal recommendation is to take a course, as it takes about 25 to 30 minutes of your time, and then it opens up the grant for you to apply. And so the way that you're going to apply to the grant is you're going to go to the funding section at the top of the page. You're then going to scroll down. And so it's going to have available to you 3 grants: the California $5,000 grant, the New York 5K grant, and the West Virginia 5K grant. If the primary location of your business is in one of these 3 states and you meet the other eligibility criteria, you are eligible to apply. And so for this specific example, I'm going to click on California. And because I completed my 1 resource, the application is now open to me. You will not have your application open if you do not complete one of the courses or attend an event. And so it's going to recap some of the information I've already shared with you, as well as give you a link to their FAQ page, which it does recommend that you read. And so once you're up to date on the grant, you're then going to hit apply now. It's going to take you to this page right here. And so with this California grant, as well as the other states, is broken up into 7 pages. And so the first page is just confirming that you understand how a grant works and that a grant writer is not required in order to complete the application. And so once you acknowledge that you've read through everything, you can go to the next page. And so this is where it's going to ask for your information as the business owner, as well as your business information. So some of the things that they care about is your website, your primary business social media address, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, as well as your legal business name. So this is the official name on your articles of organization, as well as your DBA or doing business as, and your business street address. And so once that information is good to go, you're going to go to the next page, where it's going to then require a bit more information about your business, like your revenue, as well as how many full-time and part-time workers that you have. And then on page 5 is where the free response questions come in. And this is a great place to use AI in the application process, is really to make sure you have exceptional responses. And so some of the questions questions they'll ask is, how did you hear about LISC Business Grant Program? Please describe any ways you have connected with your local community through your business. And please share how you plan to use the $5,000 grant and how it would benefit your business. And so I would personally recommend that you copy each one of these questions and paste it into a Word document and answer the questions from there so that you make sure you fix any mistakes before you finalize in the grant application itself. And so you can use AI to assist you with writing the grant application and assessing whether or not you are qualified for the grant. Let me hop over to my ChatGPT and show you some ways I was able to use it. And so to give you some context, what I did was I copied the previous winners of a Verizon grant to see what type of businesses typically perform better. Is it product-based businesses or service-based businesses? Is it businesses that have a family-owned business, or is it run by a solo founder? And so in order to get a better understanding on my likelihood of winning the grant based off my business type, I then used ChatGPT. And so out of the 9 businesses that were spotlighted, 6 of them were product-based businesses and 3 of them were service-based businesses, which means overall more product-based businesses have won this grant. And then the next question I had was, what type of business typically wins? Is it B2B versus B2C? And that just stands for business to business or business to consumer. And so 6 out of the 9 businesses that won were business to consumer versus 3 businesses were business to business. And then 2 of those businesses were run by a solo founder versus 7 were run by a multi-founder or family business. And so you can also use AI to better understand your likelihood of actually winning the grant. And so once you go through the grant application itself, you're going to go through all of the pages to get to the last page where it says that you agree that the information provided about you and your business are true in all material respects. And so you'll put your sign name here and then hit submit. And that means you have successfully submitted your grant application to the Verizon Digital Ready program.
Let me know if you have any questions at all, and make sure to check out the video right here for the best business checking account.